Okay, so what we're going to be doing today, part of the live stream, is, as you guys know, I made a video doing Greg Doucette's diet, and he made a video responding to me. Basically, he reviewed my video, and what I wanted to do was kind of go over. I wanted to go over his video. This is kind of very meta because it's very meta, but. I wanted to go over the video that he made and kind of talk about some of the stuff that maybe he either missed or explained some of the the stupid mistakes that I made while I was filming this full day of eating. So we're gonna go and watch this video together. I think so.
You missed it, but she smiled as soon as he said that. What do you think of that comment?
I think right there I said it's better that it's too big than it's too small. That's what I was saying right there.
Freaking battery. Hopefully I don't have to redo the entire video.
When I watched this, I was just like, yeah, this happens to me every single time I try and live stream. There's some sort of humongous problem.
Please work. Voice work.
Greg, and today I'm reviewing a video done by John. He has a YouTube channel, Obese.
The Beast.
The dude used to be morbidly
Obese, as in super fat. So fat that it was endangering his life. But he found a way to lose the weight. He lost 100.
The video that he used here, this is from it's from this transformation video I made a long time ago. And I think one of the top comments on that video was, "This is a great video, but why are you using that font?" And it was just because I had just started to learn how to use Adobe Premiere, and it was like one of the stock fonts, and I was like, okay, well, I guess this works.
170 pounds and kept it off. So this guy obviously knows what he's talking about. He doesn't have amazing genetics.
I was so pale in this video.
He has too many fat cells. He has too many hunger hormones.
This picture right here, this was I don't know, 2 weeks before my men's physique show. So I was super small right here. I was probably weighing 183 right there. I weigh 212 now.
It allowed him to gain that much weight, okay? But he's been able to lose it and keep
At least it's not Comic Sans. Yeah, that's a little bit better than that.
Keep it off. So obviously he knows what he's doing.
This video isn't paid for by Greg. He didn't give me the cookbook. I bought it myself. That is all true. He didn't give me a single cent, and I paid for the cookbook 100% with my own money. He didn't send it to me for free. So I picked out some things that I want to make. We're going to see how it goes.
So he decided to buy my cookbook because he's not a moron, and he made a video. He ate like Coach Greg for a day to see what's up, okay? So I'm
5'8".
just going to watch the video and comment as I go along. So me and Obese to Beast, we have something in common. That Abby girl. Abby Sharp, you guys know that woman, that dietitian that doesn't know anything about what she's talking about? Well, she actually reviewed Obese to Beast.
Now every time I hear Abby Sharp, I think Abby Shark, and I always sing it in my head. Abby Shark, do 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 do. I can't help it. He has it stuck in my head now.
That likely perhaps drew him to watching my channel.
Why is in all the chaos, I made a video kind of saying what my opinions were. Now there were some things in that video that were just wrong, and I was wrong, and I need to apologize because for me, I don't want to put things out that are wrong.
And unlike Abby Sharp, John, he doesn't like putting out misinformation, so he tried to clear up a few things. Not a big deal. Unlike Abby Sharp, who doesn't want to correct anything, even though the thousands, probably 5,000 people have written her that she's an idiot or a moron. She doesn't care. She doesn't want to get things right. She just wants more views for more views. She just wants more clout from Coach Greg's name. I don't know if it's helping her at all. It sure as hell is helping me, because all the idiots who are following Abby Sharp's channel, they're going to come and tune in to Coach Greg, because obviously he makes way more sense than Abby Sharp.
So in my video, so obviously I said in that full day of eating, I said that he tracks macros, and obviously he doesn't actually track macros. So what he does and what he promotes is basically just tracking your calories, being in a, not even really tracking, but just making sure you're eating low calorie foods. And so that was wrong. And then the other thing that I said in the video that I definitely think that I worded it just not the best way. So in my video, I was basically, what I was trying to say was, Abby Sharp, all her videos are much more about information. They're not there's no entertainment factor really, right? Like she doesn't have like this big personality like Greg does. And what I was trying to say in my video, my initial video, was that Greg is about entertainment and information, but I made it seem like I was saying Greg just makes videos to be entertaining and they're not informative. And so people kind of misconstrued that and they thought that I was like saying that Greg's videos aren't informational, and that's not at all what I meant. But yeah, so, and also I see a lot of people asking like, is that his real voice? No. So at least from like, if you watch other videos or if you like listen to his stories, he's basically almost, I don't want to say it's playing a character, but he's like turned up to 12, right? In the videos that he makes. And if you like watch other things, his voice isn't exactly like that, but I digress.
If you haven't seen the trilogy, as it really could have been a full season of Netflix because there's so much misinformation, then be sure to check those videos out.
So I picked out some things that I want to make. We're going to see how it goes. And yeah, but before that, it's a rest day today, so I'm going to go on a long walk and we'll be back for breakfast. So that was like this, as I was going into this full day of eating, like my mindset was I want to basically do this, like what I want to do here is I want to do a full day of eating, and I wanted it to be as like realistic as like, in my head it was, I want to be someone that maybe has seen some of Greg's videos, saw that he has a cookbook, and then be like, okay, I'm going to buy this and I am going to try and, from what the cookbook says, right? From what the cookbook says, I'm going to try and make these meals. Like that was my mindset going into it, and that's what I was trying to do. And so again, like I said, this was Sunday, so it was a rest day. So I didn't do any working out. I just went on like a long walk, which is pretty normal for me to do on Sundays.
Missed his first opportunity for muscle growth. Should eat breakfast before doing all that cardio. 2 hours.
I just don't like eating breakfast. Like in the morning, I am not at all ever hungry. Like I'm just not. So that's why I don't. I just don't typically eat in the morning. Like my first meal of the day was at like, honestly, like right before this stream, so.
No wonder he's keeping the weight off. Think of how many calories he's burning. Probably 800 or so. Anyway, let's get more into it.
I just want to make it very clear, I have not tried to cook any of these before this video. I kind of wanted this to be like an experiment of me trying to cook these things, because you guys know if you watch my videos, your boy's not a chef. For me, the most important thing is convenience.
So it's kind of a good way to review the book because he hasn't seen anything, doesn't know anything, and he's not a chef at all. He's kind of like me. I'm not a chef. I have to experiment with simple stuff that you can make at home. So let's see how he makes out.
For me, the most important thing is convenience, and then taste is after that. But convenience is always going to be first for me. So that's true. Like, for real. Convenience is always the... I would say, like, nutrition is probably... Like, obviously, like, a candy bar is convenient. But, obviously, I'm not going to choose that most of the time. So I would say it's like... It's like nutrition first, and then convenience, and then taste. So.
Okay, for a guy that's gotta have convenience, he's cooking one flipping French toast at a time on a pan. One! I have 2 pans at the same time, and I cook 12 to 15 at a time, and I do it twice, and I keep it in the fridge. Then I have French toast for the week.
So 100%, I mean, he's correct on this. Like when I was cooking it, I was like, this is not, I was like, this is not efficient at all. Like it took me way too long to make that French toast. Like it took like 20 minutes. It should not take that long. What I should have done is preheated the pan as I was making the stuff to dip the French toast in. And then I have a griddle. I've actually made this like 4 times since this video. So now I have a griddle, and I'll put 4 to 5 on that griddle at a time, and then bam, it's way faster. But yeah, he's right.
Obese to beast, I thought you had no time. one French toast, and then you cook another French toast, and then another one.
Normally I eat anywhere from 3,500 calories to 4,000 calories per day, and I'm kind of curious to see like how many calories I eat today.
You're thinking, how can he eat that much?
Yeah, I had a griddle the whole time. I just wasn't thinking. I was like, honestly, I was pretty like stressed out about this video because you guys know, like, if you've seen my full day of eatings, I eat the same thing over and over and over again. And like, for me, it's a comfort thing. And I think it has to do with like my anxiety and stuff. Like it makes me feel not super anxious. Oh, thanks, Danny. Yeah, she's right. Join the Discord. Someone put the Discord link in there. But I think like eating the same things helps with my anxiety. So I had like, I'm getting real here in this video, which is supposed to be fun. But like, I was anxious the whole day. Because I was like, I'm cooking all of these things I'm not used to. I was like afraid I was going to mess things up. And I was just like stressed out. And so part of that was like just doing stupid things like using a pan instead of looking for a griddle. Like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. But I hope some of you guys that have anxiety understand what I'm talking about there.
Remember, he started his morning with a 2-hour walk. How many of you are walking 2 hours a day? He's burning it off. Calories in, calories out.
And I'm kind of, amen, baby, let's go. Curious to see like how many calories I eat today and still feel full, right? Like, will it take me 2,000 calories to feel full, or will at 3,000 calories I'll feel full? I'm kind of curious. So
we'll see how much.
Oh, don't feel bad for laughing. It's funny. Like, I don't mind. I don't mind getting roasted for stupid decisions that I make, like, at all. Like, don't feel bad for roasting me about the stupid things I did. Like, we'll see about the apple goop. It's totally fine.
She ends up eating on my diet to be full. Because if you eat like me, you're not eating 3,500 to 4,000 calories a day. You won't need that much food.
Yeah, if you guys saw the video, I didn't eat anywhere near that. And if I were to try and eat that many calories, if I was only eating Greg's stuff, like, I would feel like a balloon all day long.
To be full.
I cannot find the exact like tortilla wrap that he uses, so I just bought this at my local grocery store. You'll notice that a few times some of the stuff that he says to put in, I couldn't find it, and I wasn't about to order things on Amazon for this.
I don't want to spend fun.
I knew for a fact that he was going to say something about this. I knew for a fact. But part of the reason was I kind of like decided to do this video on a whim, and so I went to the store the day before I was going to film it, and I just found what I could. And in my head I was like, well, this could work for someone that maybe doesn't have all of these options of these like low calorie wraps. And personally for me, like, I wasn't too worried about that because, again, I know that I can eat a lot of food. So honestly, like, if I were to, and I have been making these foods and stuff, I would actually rather make it with the higher calorie thing because of how many calories I eat in a day. Because if I use the lower calorie things, I'd just be hungry all day long. So I don't want to do that.
5 minutes on Google.
God, the beard is looking good, man. Hey, what's up, Big E? That's my friend. He makes videos too. He's a cool guy.
To save a bunch of calories and make the meals perfect. So I'll just go to my local grocery store and pick a much more calorie-dense food item. Kind of defeats the purpose of the cookbook, trying to save you calories, trying to show you how to eat low-calorie-dense foods, okay? All parts of the world, you can order food online.
I agree with that. Like, if I would have planned better, which is not my strong suit, like, literally, planning is my least favorite thing. I hate planning. If I would have planned better, I could have done a better job, without a doubt, in my mind.
And if you can't, you can usually substitute for something equivalent in calories. He chooses something way higher in calories, but guess what? There's no rules.
No rules.
You're allowed to adjust the cookbook to make it the way you like. If you want to waste 80, 90 extra calories on a wrap, be my guest. It's okay.
I'm assuming he probably wants to use, like, chicken that you cook yourself.
No, you're assuming wrong.
But you guys know I'm lazy, so I'm going to be using pre-cooked frozen chicken.
Most of the time.
The MMA dude, thank you so much for the $5. You should do a video on Mike Dulce, four-time world MMA coach. Write that name down for later. He changed my life. I'll have someone in the Discord link me a video by him. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it. And awesome job changing your life.
Times that I make wraps, which is about 6 to 8 wraps a day right now. I'm eating Costco chicken slices that are pre-cooked or carved turkey from Costco. You can eat regular freaking packaged meat.
Pre-cooked frozen chicken because I'm a lazy piece of crap.
Doesn't make you a lazy piece of crap just because you buy cooked food from Costco.
What a nice guy. He's like reassuring me in the video. Coach Greg, you're so nice.
If you're into convenience, makes sense to make it more convenient. Now, again, you could have cooked the 4 slices of French toast on the same pan at once and saved yourself 15 minutes this morning.
There's about 30 calories per serving, so I'm just gonna see a serving is 7 grams. I knew he was gonna say something about this too. Again, I don't like weighing food. I don't like doing it, so I don't normally do it. And I didn't do it here. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on there. I don't know how close that is to 7 grams.
Now, I do recommend you weigh out your food, unless you're really used to it, know how many calories are in things. Because you might say, hey, I'll put...
You gotta make more wraps than last time. Yeah, I probably should have made 2 when I made those. I just wasn't sure. And honestly, it's probably good I didn't because of how bad the first one turned out.
10 grams of this on, and ends up being 40. You might say, hey, 50 grams of that, you put on 200. Calories can add up real quick when you're not measuring. So please, at first, at least weigh stuff to start with until you know what you're doing, and then you're free to do what you want.
So that's a good question. What's wrong with weighing food? There's nothing wrong with weighing food. Like, if you want to weigh food, go for it. I weighed food for years, but now I don't anymore. And so I don't want to like, I don't like weighing food. It stresses me out, so I don't do it anymore. But if you're doing it, do your thing, man. Hello, you're so humble, dude. Never change. Well, thank you very much. I try not to take myself too seriously. If you're in the Discord, you'll know what I'm talking about. And then he says the Walden Farms mustard, but I'm just going to use regular mustard because I don't have that. And it's 0 calories, too. Regular mustard doesn't have any calories. So
I don't actually say Walden Farms mustard, but I did recommend that you use Walden Farms sauces. You can use these sauces.
Danny, John's actually a troll. I've always said this. If I didn't have a following, I would be the biggest troll on the planet. Not in a mean way, but I would just be the biggest troll on the planet. 100%, that's accurate.
Barbecue sauces, low-calorie mustards, and so on. Whatever, and there's other condiments I recommended, but it's okay. We'll forgive him for that. So he tries to wrap it, and he doesn't even microwave it for a minute.
So I did, okay. I thought I said this in the video. I must have skipped over it, but I did heat up the wrap. See that pan right behind me? Oh, you can't see it. See that pan right behind me? I put the tortilla on there, and I heated it up. Like, I swear I heated up the wrap. But I think, I know I'm yelling, but I think because those tortillas were like special organic ones, like they were not at all pliable. So like even though I heated it up, I literally like would try and move it and it would just break. And so I had no chance, and I filled it way too full, as you can see, just way too full. Stupid.
I heat up my wraps all the time. I need my wraps warm. Now, I could eat it cold, but I like it warm. And when you microwave it, it actually makes things bendy. More bendy. The spinach kind of disintegrates into like a squishiness. And you can...
No, John, you don't get to yell. You and your wrap can stand in the corner and think about what you did. Yeah, my dog was like looking at me and was just like, dude, what are you doing right now? She was just waiting for things to fall on the ground so she could eat them. That's what she was doing.
And put more vegetables in there and be more full. So I suggest next time microwave for a minute and then wrap it up.
I definitely am going to try that because I think that's a good idea. Like put the whole thing in the microwave before you put the meat on it and like kind of wilt all the vegetables. I'm going to try that out.
Did I just say it and wrap it up? What is wrong with me?
Thanks, Ellen. It's okay. I can't wrap them either. It's hard. It's a skill that I don't have, okay? There was a lot of innuendos in this video that I didn't realize.
That's what she heard. Did you hear me? What are those? Apparently he can hear me. He's laughing his ass off over there. I'm not making this shit up. He's laughing.
That's one of my favorite sounds. The guys just cracking up, just being like, what are those? Oh my gosh. See, so sometimes when I'm editing, I make myself laugh so hard, and I'm like, I can almost guarantee people watching this video aren't going to think this is as funny as I do, but I'm like, When I added that into the video, I was laughing so hard. Just like literally at 1 a.m. editing this video, cracking up, thinking I'm the funniest person on the planet. Also, gotta love that chicken at Costco. I find it easier to make for a quick lunch with GU's honey mustard. Thank you for the content. Thank you so much. Yeah, Costco chicken is very, very good. All right. The La Tortilla wrap that he uses is 100. I hate that I left the freaking counter open. It bothers me so much every time. 120 calories. Now the wrap that I used, or the tortilla that I used, is 220. So I'm gonna add. So it's actually, this is gonna be 470 calories for this, which it's still not that bad. For me, I can eat a lot of food, so I don't really mind that.
See, here's the difference. I eat 2 or 3 wraps. Yeah. If I had his wraps, that would be 200 or 300 extra calories. And if I eat that twice a day, that's 400 to 600 calories more by eating like Obese Beast.
Yeah, I agree. If I were to make more, I would definitely want to find something that was a little bit lower calorie, but I was only planning on making one. Again, if I were to go back in time and start that day over again, I would have definitely tried to find a lower calorie wrap so I can make more than just one. Because, one wrap isn't that much food.
Okay? If you eat like that, it could lead to obesity. You're at maintenance, you add 400 to 600 extra calories a day. That's about a pound of fat a week that you can gain just from that one change alone. So you can see, by me eating how I do versus just going to the store and buying any old wrap, that could cause a 1 pound fat gain per week. Small changes can make big differences.
I like that he... I was right about this, but I like that he brought that up because I 100% agree. A lot of times there's these like hidden calories that we might not even think about, right? Like most people, like a tortilla, people would kind of be like, oh, that has a lot of calories in it. But like other things like liquid calories or sauces and little things like this that you don't really even think about tracking. A lot of people don't even think about tracking like sauces or think about tracking like just like little things that you're put, like little condiments and stuff. Those can add a ton of calories that will actually end up like derailing your progress. And so I like that he added that in there.
Okay, it says 6 p.m. Greg is gonna roast me. Okay, I'm reading it. Greg is gonna roast me.
Oh man. This is gonna... Alright, well, let's just go.
He must be doing something bad. We'll see.
Big staple in everyone that has the Greg Doucette cookbook, and that is apple goop.
Don't tell me messed up apple goop. So many people messed up apple goop. I've already made a video showing you how to make apple goop.
I'm not joking. I watched that video. Okay, well, I watched the first part just to make sure I was doing it right, and he said it's gonna take a while, and then it's somewhere in the video, I swear I saw like 20 minutes, and I was like, okay, maybe by 20 minutes this stuff will be ready, and at 20 minutes it was literally felt like it was the same as when I just put it in. So I'll shut up. Let's just play it.
You gotta cook it longer than last time. Press start, go for a walk, and come back, it'll be done. You know that 2-hour walk you went on? Start, come back, it's done, you'll have apple goop.
This might be too big, but it's better than it being too small, I think, so.
You missed it, but she smiled as soon as he said that. What do you think of that comment?
Well, I don't want too big or too small, but like just a perfect size.
What would you prefer, too big or too small?
Look at the puppy.
Which is better?
I don't know, that's a tough one.
It's a tough one. Comment below, what's better, too big or too small? Which one would you prefer?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. I'm gonna be honest. So in the apple goop, I actually used pre-cut apples, and I think that might have had something to do with why they didn't turn out so good. Because I'm pretty sure they like put a weird thing on those apples so they don't brown. So I'm thinking that maybe because I used the pre-cut apples, like slices, that was why it maybe was also a reason. But I didn't want to say that because I felt like people would make fun of me. But I didn't want to buy apples and then have to cut all the apples. I'm lazy, you guys. So I bought the pre-cut slices and I sliced them up, okay? And I didn't even put it in the video because I'm a big liar. I'm sorry, I know, I'm a liar, I'm a terrible person, okay. It says we're supposed to use guar gum, which, 1, I've never heard of, and 2, I could not find anywhere. So I'm going to use xanthan gum, I hope that this is okay.
Yeah, you can use guar gum or xanthan gum. Does the exact same thing. Also, you can use either of those in your protein ice cream. Okay, people?
Oh, thank you so much, Jasmine. Absolutely love your content. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. Yeah, I didn't... I was, like, super stressed out about the whole xanthan gum and guar gum. And I was like, well, it says gum in it. And that stuff's so weird. I have never ever used it before, and when I used like the measuring thing to put it in the apple goop, and I went to, because whenever I'm like cooking, I try and wash stuff like right as I'm done using it. So right as I was done using the measuring thing, I like put it in the sink to wash it, and I like put it in the water, and I like grabbed it, and it was like slimy, and I was like, ugh, this is weird. But yeah, that was my first time ever using anything like that, and apparently it doesn't matter that much, as he already said.
There's a lot of substitutes. It's not rocket science. And a quick Google search, it'll be shipped to your door in 2 days if you have Amazon Prime. And no, I'm not sponsored by Amazon. So,
dude, I'm just lazy. I already said it. I'm lazy. I should have prepared better. But also, when I was pouring this out, I legit was like, I had never seen anything like this. So when I was pouring this out, I was like, concerned. I was like, am I allowed to put this in my body? I was seriously like, am I allowed to have this inside of my body? Because like it went from water that I put in the blender, and I pour it out, and it's like, it felt like it was like slime. It felt like it was like what they probably used on Nickelodeon when they used to like slime people, right? The green slime. It felt like it was like that, but just without the green food coloring in it or whatever. Like, it was so weird. Don't stop it every minute when you mic, it cools it. Yeah, I think if I do it again, I'll do it for like 10-minute intervals probably, or something like that. And also I actually ended up eating the rest of it the next day, and like it was in the fridge, and I kept it cold. It was actually a lot better the next day. So, for any of you guys that are wondering.
as he's pouring the xanthan gum water mixture, he's giving it a little bit of a, that's interesting. He reminds me of when Allie was watching me do the same thing. People have weird images in their head, which is probably why some of the nicknames that have come around from the apple goop as
John, putting it in your body, you're not helping with the innuendos. I'm sorry.
being apple something else.
I've had it in the microwave for 3 minutes now, and it's said like the apples are supposed to get soft, but they still feel pretty not soft.
Cook it longer than last time. I've actually started to think his chef abilities are kind of on the downswing here.
But I'm just gonna keep microwaving it until hopefully it starts to, I don't know, resemble soft apples more. Dude, I was getting so stressed out. Like, I was getting so stressed out when I was, I was even like, I was on my Discord, like, asking people that had made it, like, what am I doing wrong? What is this? What about that? I don't know what I should do. And, like, I was just like, I don't know. And I was stressed out. Please cut and peel your apples. I don't think do you have to peel them too? I don't know. I didn't know that you were supposed to peel. See, that's too much work. If I'm supposed to peel the apples too, I'm never going to make apple goo. I'm just being honest. Like, that's just too much work. But thank you for the super chat. I guess.
He's redeeming himself now. He's starting to sound like a smarter chef, okay? How do you think I invented this stuff? You think I read this on some forum? You think I saw some YouTube video when I made this 15 years ago? Nope. I cooked it, tried it, was
how did he come up, like, so he's saying he came up with this meal. How do you come up with this? Like, I'm like trying to think, like, how does it start? Does it start with making oatmeal and then putting apples in it, right? It's like, is it like making oatmeal, maybe putting some cut up apples in it. Somehow he finds out about xanthan gum or whatever, and then he decides to maybe add a little bit, and then he ends up just making it bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, I don't understand how you come up with this specific thing, because it's so weird. So weird. A lot of people are saying don't peel the apple, but then some people are saying peel the apple. I don't know, man.
Cook it longer, what'll happen? What if I put more xanthan gum? What if I put guar gum? What if I put more oatmeal?
Oh, someone said it's pie filling minus the crust. So is this like how you make pie filling? and basically so he just took that and then lower caloried it. If that's what it is, that makes sense for sure.
I need to do it like this to make it the best tasting for the amount of calories to density that it's going to offer, okay? Obviously, you can all...
It starts with being stoned and thinking weird food things are a good idea.
things. I made it the best for me. I made it so that I would like it the best. Now I just promote it to other people. But it's how I like it. You want more water, less water, more sugar, less sugar. Do what you need to do.
That's what it looks like. It looks like really thick oatmeal, I guess. Like
it's actually looking pretty good. It's almost looking done to me.
No. The only thing I can assume, and it really wasn't, like I needed to probably cook it for like twice as long, if maybe even more, because the apples were still like hard. So I think like I would, yeah, if I were to make it again, which I think I might, because it really wasn't bad, I would definitely cook it longer than last time. Fair enough, is that I didn't use guar gum and I used xanthan gum.
Nope, you just need to cook it longer than last time. It's not the xanthan gum or guar gum. I've used both.
And I also put some Walden Farms pancake syrup in it to make it a little bit more sweet.
Half the people write and say it's too sweet. So you gotta decide if you need it sweeter or less sweet. I for sure don't need it more sweet. If it was any sweeter, I couldn't handle it. So I am 100% the guy that you, like, if we go to Starbucks or something like that and you drink my coffee, you'll be like, that's disgusting, it's so sweet. And I'm like, oh, it's all right, could be more sweet. Like, I am a sweet, like, person. 100%. Like, everything I eat and drink, if I have to sweeten it, it's going to be very sweet. People in my Discord always make fun of me for how my coffee looks. Because everyone talks about how they can drink black coffee and they're so cool because they drink black coffee. And meanwhile, I'm here drinking tan coffee, and I'm thinking to myself, this could be a little bit more sweet. It's not disgusting. I'm going to eat it because I'm very hungry. But it really wasn't that bad. When I added the extra sweetener to it and stuff, it really wasn't that bad. And again, like I said, when I ate it, when I left it in the fridge overnight and ate it the next day, it was way better. Would like to maybe try this again. Maybe with guar gum, or maybe cut the apples smaller. Yeah, it's not gross, but it could be better. That's a fail. Don't even bother making it again. You don't want you to eat stuff that's not gross. You gotta like it a little bit. I mean, let's be honest. There's so many other recipes. Just throw this one out and eat the rest. Jacqueline said, might be worth trying to make apple goop in an Instant Pot. I've seen people say that. I don't think I have one. A lot of people said that it's a lot easier just to make it in, like, on the stovetop, which I might try too. I don't really know. Black coffee is gross. Sweetener for life. Ellen knows what's up. Okay, he's gonna make pizza next. Anabolic protein pizza. He's swapping out the wrap for a different kind because he doesn't want to bother ordering it or looking or spending any time. That's fine. And he's not using beef, he's using chicken. That's fine. There's so many different ways, and you're allowed to put different toppings. It clearly says this in the book. Doesn't matter. He's gonna make it, and hopefully he likes it. Yeah, it does say it in the book. Like, it says you can make this however you want. If you want to change things up, you can. Which I would hope it said that, and it's not like you have to eat everything exactly the same. That would be kind of lame. It doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter if you matter!
So, convenience is more important than taste. Yet he sat there and made 4 French toasts one at a time, and he's sauteing the vegetables on a pan before actually cooking the pizza.
I liked it like this. Like, I think if I were to make it again, I would do it the exact same way. It really didn't take that long.
You think Coach Greg has time to saute vegetables? Never will I saute vegetables. I do not have time for that. I probably have less...
Whoa, John, almost 1,500 people in here watching. You got an empire. That's what I'm talking about, man. We know what's up. It's just because people like the drama. It's all good. I understand. I still love you guys. But if you are here and you normally don't come, could you hit the like button for me? That's all I ask.
Time than obese to beast. I am working 100 hours a week. Think I got time to saute vegetables? No, the recipes are simple. He's overcomplicating this. You don't have to spend that much time making this stuff. Also, another little deviation from the actual recipe is I'm actually using vegan cheese. So this is from Follow Your Heart. That stuff is really good. Like, out of the vegan cheeses, that is 100% my favorite one that I've had. There's some really gross ones, like Daya. Not very good. This is also, the reason that I eat vegan cheese is just because usually if I am like lactose and stuff,
doesn't really agree with me too much. Smoked Gouda. I'm assuming it's probably not going to melt very well because no vegan cheese melts really well.
Okay, you can use any cheese you want. He's using vegan cheese. I use a little protein square cheese, okay? The crap fat-free cheese slices. We're not the fancy cheeses like you guys in the United States and other countries. I've even tried to order from the UK, but it wouldn't ship to Canada.
Jeffrey Kaiser. Hi again, your annoying follower from Madison, Wisconsin. He sounds like Gilbert Godfrey. Yeah, that's a lot of people say he sounds like him. I mean, I can see it, and again, he doesn't actually sound like this, like if he's just hanging out talking. At least from what I've seen in other things, it's entertaining, right? It's entertainment.
Upsetting, but I do what I can. The protein squares, put it on the pizza after, because it will burn if you put it on soon. There's ways to do this. So I bake the pizza, and I take it out of the oven, and like 2 minutes before it's ready, cheese goes on back in the oven, and it's done, and it's perfect.
I would say that this is more of a Greg Doucette inspired dish. More than it is a dish from the cookbook, because I kind of used the cookbook and made it my own.
I made that guy inspired pizza with sauteed vegetables.
Look, he just inspired my girlfriend. She made
I'm an inspiration, man. What can I say?
pizza circles and put sauteed
Mushrooms.
I like when he's talking about it. Like, you'll see, she just keeps trying to grab the plate. She's like, bro, give me my pizza back, dude.
and onions on it. See? Inspired.
Yeah.
These are just regular circles from the grocery store, and she just threw it on. And what I tell her to do is put on the protein squares, because the cheese squares, they're protein cheese squares, whatever they call them. Protein squares. I call protein squares cheese because there's so much protein.
That's so funny that he calls just like regular Kraft cheese slices protein squares. Such a bodybuilder like bro thing to call a food. Protein squares.
Anyway, I tell her to put the cheese squares on it, melt it on it, and it makes it even more delicious. That's how I personally would eat. But see, she's eating pizza.
And the last thing we're going to be making today is one of these famous shakes that I've heard so much about when people talk about Greg Doucette's diet. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to add is our protein. A little bit more of this. That is the fruity cereal from BPN. So good. The evil xanthan gum.
Whoa, go easy on the xanthan gum, boy. Oh my goodness. Jeez, are you kidding?
I think I used the wrong measurement. I think I used a tablespoon, and I think it's a teaspoon because I made the large, and I swear I thought it said tablespoon for the large size, but apparently that was too much. I mean, I didn't notice. It still tasted fine. But again, if I make it again, which I plan on it, I bought stuff to make it, I'll use less xanthan gum. And I probably won't make as big of one because it was a lot.
Me? What was that, a tablespoon?
Yeah, it was.
A little goes a long way, people. It's like a drug. Little bit can do a lot of damage. Careful with that stuff. Measure your portions. Measure it out. Be sure you're using the right amount.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Also, he used a 1 cup measuring cup to put almond milk. And you're supposed to put like, what, a quarter of a cup? Maybe half a cup at the most.
So I think that he might be, I don't think he realizes I'm making the large size. So the large size, I think it says like cup or maybe cup and a quarter, cup and a half of almond milk. Because I'm pretty sure I read it as the large. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, it's his cookbook. But I'm pretty sure it said like cup, at least a cup of almond milk.
You had a full cup measuring cup. How are you measuring things properly? Now, I know there are no rules, but still, smarter to actually follow directions. So he's showing us what it looks like with a spoon and saying it's thick and no joke. Dude, all we need to see is the ice cream over the head. That's it.
I should have done it. I should have put it over my head, but I was too nervous. I mean, it's just the fact. I was like too scared to actually put it over her head, especially because that's a ninja, and the ninja's blades. If you've ever used the ninja blender, the blades are like freaking scary looking blades. And so I was like, I don't want this thing to fall on my head and cut myself, and I'm filming a video, like, ooh. But I should have. I definitely should have. I could have. I mean, it was so thick.
If you're nervous about it, you made it wrong. You go like this, it doesn't fall off, shake it around if you're brave, and then put it back down. It's not so scary.
This is the large, 520 calories, 71 grams of protein. That is so much protein. 71 grams. 71 grams of protein in that. Like, I don't know why it's like I knew that it was that because I was looking at it earlier. But even when I looked at it again, I was just like, dude, that's so much. Like, so much. Oh my god, I didn't understand how people kept doing the super chats and was super jealous, but I figured it out. Hi. Well, thank you. I'm glad you figured it out, and thanks for paying me to figure it out. Wanted to say you're looking well and healthy. Thank you so much, Ryan, and thank you so much, Jamie. Which is, that's a lot of protein, but I honestly am not even sure if I'm going to be able to finish all of this.
He literally could not finish it all.
Dude, I was like, so this was late. Like, I think this was like 10 or 11 o'clock. And I literally was, dude, I'm not joking. I was trying to eat this stuff for hours. Like, and I eat fast. Like, I eat really fast. Like, I've never met anyone that eats as fast as me. And that's not even like a flex, but it's actually annoying. Because I'll eat with someone, and then I'll be done eating, and they're there like, dude, I've taken 3 bites. And now I'm just sitting there, like, looking at their food and looking at them and just waiting for them to be done. It's so annoying. But this thing, like, I think it was probably, I wouldn't be surprised if it's because I used so much of that xanthan gum. Like, it filled up my stomach so much. And I used to make something similar to this. I used to call it Protein. I didn't use the xanthan gum. I don't believe I remember using yogurt in it. But I would always add in, like, cereal on top to make it, like, crunchy. So it was like you had something to crunch on. But this stuff, like, it filled me up so much. So much. Now, I'm actually surprised. So I've only eaten 2,430 calories, which is significantly lower than what I'd normally eat. And honestly, that's like give or take. Like, that would be give or take a few hundred calories, I would say, because again, I wasn't tracking everything perfectly. But I seriously could not believe that it was that low. And again, that was my fault. Like, that was my fault because I didn't plan enough, because I hate planning. So all I did, like, I should have looked at the things I was going to eat, looked at the calories, and been like, okay, I want to eat the same amount of calories. But I was just like, okay, let me find things that look like they're easy to cook. Like, that was kind of my plan going into it. And it made it so I didn't eat enough calories.
2,400 and he's full. 2,400 and he couldn't finish the freaking shake. That's over 1,000 calorie deficit. Yeah. That would result in 2 pounds of fat loss per week.
And, like, I agree with this 100%. Like, I think, you know, I'll say that after.
And he's full and not hungry. Think the cookbook doesn't work? Not a chef. It's the first time following the cookbook, and even this guy couldn't eat the calories he's used to eating.
It's true.
He used to be 170 pounds overweight. He can't even eat the calories needed for maintenance on this diet. Mm-hmm. You think my diet doesn't work? You really doubt it? Try it. I dare you. Double dare you. You know it's going to work. Have any doubts? Ask Obese to Beast. Ask him. He's not making this shit up. He's not lying to you. He's not making up how many calories he ate. He couldn't eat the calories he's used to.
So that's technically what, like $1 a recipe. Do I think it's worth it to buy the cookbook? Oh, here we go. I would say that, I mean, I've looked through it and stuff, but I would say that if you could even find like 7-10 recipes that you really enjoy that you use every day, then I would say it's pretty worth it.
He's only made 5, and he's already found some that he can continue to make. And the guy is not a chef. He clearly didn't know what he was doing.
I love that he just says it like that. He clearly didn't know what he was doing. It's true.
He could make recipes that he can make from now on.
Because I'm probably the worst person to be reviewing a cookbook because I don't enjoy cooking. Like, I really don't like it.
No, he's actually a good person to be reviewing a cookbook because he doesn't like cooking. I don't like cooking. I'm not a chef either. I made it simple so that people could actually do it.
Dude, I legit am super jealous of people that love cooking. Like, I'm super jealous of people that enjoy doing that. For me, I want to get out of the kitchen as fast as possible. I'm not comfortable in there. So I'm always like, how can I get out of here as quickly as humanly possible? And so that's how I eat normally.
People in the real world, not freaking Gordon Ramsay apprentices. No, it's for simple people that don't have a lot of time. Oh, I don't have a lot of time to make that apple goop. It took 40 minutes. Start 40 minutes, go for a walk. It'll work. It's that simple.
Well, I didn't know, okay? I didn't know it was going to take 3 hours to cook the apple goop, bro. If I would have known that, I probably wouldn't have chosen that thing. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There's one other thing that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, look how buff I am. Ugh.
And I like the end of the video. Look how buff I am. I was entertained by that. GregDoucette.com.
I was surprised. I thought he was gonna like roast me for my ending, because my ending is 100% cringy for sure. But I like it, and I still do it. I've done it since literally my very first video that I ever made on this channel, and I don't plan on ever stopping. So for all the haters, can't make me stop. But yeah, so like as far as a lot of people were commenting, and I understand, like a lot of people are like, dude, $100 for a cookbook, that's way too much. And I like if that is too much for you, I totally get it. Like, and I think that Greg himself, like he has a lot of the recipes on his channel for free. But I think for me, it's more of supporting someone that is creating good content is kind of like how I was thinking. And so like for me, I think it's worth it, but I think I'm coming at it in a different mindset than, you know, someone else might be coming at, you know, like watching his cookbook or reading his cookbook and like trying to make it. But yeah, that's kind of my response to his video. It was fun to watch. I was smiling the whole time the first time that I saw it. And so I really have had a lot of fun with all of this.
Obey the warning signs, and when there are flashing lights or wigwags, don't attempt to cross until they come to a complete stop.